It's simple. If you want to surpass 99% of people worldwide, you need to be willing to do what 99% of people refuse to do. You're extraordinary, my friend. Now, while that may sound obvious, there's been a trend of videos claiming they'll make you more successful than 99% of people. But it's always the same advice: set goals, stay disciplined, avoid distractions, enter monk mode. Are we seriously still doing this, folks? Goals? Sure, goals. That's what made Bill Gates successful, right? He had goals. Guess what? My mailman has goals. My housekeeper is disciplined. Everyone's trying to avoid distractions. These aren't things that 99% of people aren't already doing. And about monk mode? Look at the world's most successful people. None of them live like monks. Let's face it. If advice is common enough to be found in hundreds of YouTube videos, it's not going to give you an edge over 99% of people. To truly get ahead, you need to do what others don't. Here's the harsh truth. Productivity hacks, morning routines, they don't matter as much as you think. To prove it, I'll share habits of highly successful people, starting with my own. When I started my business, I'd wake up around 11 a.m., grab a Red Bull and some Reese's Cups, and stay in bed for 2 hours working on my laptop. For 3 years, this routine helped me build a six-figure business in my mid-20s. In this video, I'll explain what truly sets the top 1% apart. But before you get too excited, the second half of this video will also dive into why being part of the 1% may not be what you really want. Success isn't simple, it's complicated. To achieve extreme success, you need to have a contrarian idea, be right about that idea, execute on it massively. Most people never have a contrarian idea, they just go with the flow. A minority of people, however, think independently and challenge conventional wisdom. But here's the catch: most contrarian ideas are wrong. The challenge is to disagree with a majority and still be right. And even if you're right, you have to be willing to act on it. When we talk about successful people, we often focus on execution, their routines, habits, and work ethic. Execution is important, but not what defines extraordinary success. For example, Steve Jobs didn't change the world because he woke up early or ate fruit. He had a vision, a decade ahead of everyone, that computers would be a household staple. Warren Buffett isn't legendary because of his breakfast habits. He identified undervalued companies others overlooked and patiently waited for his investments to pay off. Execution matters, but it's not enough. Most advice focuses on execution because it's visible and replicable. However, the hardest part of success isn't the work, it's the ability to think differently and take risks on unconventional ideas. Successful people don't follow rigid routines. Winston Churchill won World War II from a bathtub while drinking scotch. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb while fueled by cocaine. True breakthroughs are born from correct contrarian ideas. In my career, the biggest successes came from 2 or 3 bold decisions, the most notable being my book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. At the time, the consensus was that millennials and men didn't care about self-help. I proved that wrong by communicating with these audiences in a fresh way. Even Warren Buffett admits his career boils down to a dozen great decisions. This shows that success often hinges on a few key choices, not the small day-to-day habits. But here's the catch: extreme success comes with challenges. Contrarians often face criticism, skepticism, and even isolation. People may think you're crazy until your ideas are proven right. Even then, success doesn't necessarily make life better. It amplifies who you already are. Instead of chasing extreme success, ask yourself why you want it. True fulfillment comes from pursuing meaningful goals, not external validation. Define success on your own terms, and you'll go much further in life.